What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Who will be the next 11 stars in WWE for the women's side? So, this is part 2 of a video suggestion that I've had in the past where it's been, we predict the next 10 men and women you think will be the next top stars in WWE. So I've done the men's. Hopefully it's already out on the channel. Not out right now when I'm recording this video. Hopefully it's already out on the channel though. And then I have the women's side of things today. Now there is 11 here because I want to throw out a hard prediction, a strong prediction. Now maybe I should have instead not thrown down and just done 10 and take away the one, but I didn't think that was fun. I don't think that's too fun. Now, I really do believe that there's a little bit of a wonder on how you feel about this. So I looked at it as, in the past 3 years, have they been very prominent? Have they been very big? Or are they young? So those are the things. For example, Gunther was my number one for the men's side because in the past, I would say 3 to 5 years, he hasn't been like a prominent figure, and he will now be. He's now starting to, and I believe he will be one of the pillars in the face of WWE in the next coming years. For me, there's some obvious ones. There's some ones that are kind of fishy, kind of but let's get started and let's get through it. Starting with Rhea Ripley. That will be the number one. That is for sure number one. I don't think there's really a debate on talking about this one. Very young, and that's the reason why I want to put Rhea Ripley so high on here. But she is number one. She will be the face of WWE for the women's side for a long time, in my opinion. And yeah, nothing else to say really about that. Up next, Tiffany Stratton. I think this one's been very apparent with the Money in the Bank and the Money in the Bank cash-in. Another person that's super young. The thing about the men's side of things is that the men haven't been as prominent. Like, the younger men haven't been as prominent than the women. The younger women, I feel like, have really taken WWE by storm. So it's not really hard to predict who will be the next top stars in here. And also, I need to say, we're going from most confident to least confident in being a top star in WWE. So I believe, truthfully, Tiffany Stratton's a for-sure one as well, with how she's been in ring, just how she's connects with the crowd. Tiffany Stratton will be one, and she's been a legend killer recently. Up next is Jade Cargill. So the push for Jade Cargill is very apparent. They really want Jade Cargill to be a top star. I think it will be a top star for years to come. We're going to see big feuds out of Jade Cargill, in my opinion. And every time she's in the ring, it's, some people don't like it, but it really does feel like magic, where it really is like, you're like, whoa. Every time I've watched a Jade Cargill match, I feel like there's always a whoa kind of point in the match. I'm confident that they're going to push her to be one of the very top stars. I think they're going to use a Naomi, a Bianca Belair to do that. But Jade Cargill will be a top star in WWE, and I'm fairly confident on that one. Stephanie Vaquer is also another one that I'm very confident on with how they've pushed her with the Battle Royal win, where they pushed her to already kind of be in the main event scene, getting after the world title. I could see her winning a Royal Rumble this year as well. She will be another star that I'm confident on. Very over already with some of her movesets, and we've seen people in the past get very over with certain moves, and I think it'll be the same thing with Stephanie. I really do believe that she has the in-ring skill set that is incredible, that should make a banger of a match. There's a lot of dream matches that she can have as well. There's a lot of just matches that I see, in my opinion, from Stephanie that will work out very well for her. And I think Stephanie will be one of the top stars, if not the top star, at some point in her career. Up next is Roxanne Perez. So you might be shocked that Roxanne is so low on this list over Jade or Stephanie, for example. But let's be honest here. In recent times, and maybe it's because Roxanne is literally 23. Like, she is super young, which actually, let me fact check that. Is she 23 or 25? Roxanne Perez. She is 23. They have a ton of time with Roxanne Perez and could make her have one of the better careers in WWE. She is a great heel. She was a pretty good babyface in NXT as well. The reason why I don't have her up with Stephanie is because I think they are going to take her time with her, and sometimes that could not work out for her as well. It's might not be as well. And get as big as opportunities as Stephanie Orias has. I think, obviously the Royal Rumble showed that they really do believe in Roxanne Perez. The cutting of the feud was a little weird, in my opinion, for WrestleMania with Bayley. The whole thing with that is what makes me go and be a little bit shocked. I think that, in my opinion, Roxanne Perez will be a top star in WWE. I still feel very confident that there's a lot of people backstage that really love her. She's one of the top women's, in my opinion, when it comes to mic skills. I believe in Roxanne Perez, and she's still high on this list. Up next is Blake Monroe. I think because of the AEW to WWE switch, she's going to be another big player for WWE to really push. It was her dream to be part of WWE. I think it makes a lot of sense to keep making her be in WWE. I just really believe that she has the look. She has the skill set. She's a great heel. I think Blake Monroe is not the future, but one of the future pillars for WWE in the future. I don't know what I'm saying. Blake Monroe is just going to be very good, and I think NXT, she's going to have a good time. She's going to jump to the main roster and have in my opinion, a pretty good debut off the bat. Up next is Lyra Valkyria. So I think Lyra Valkyria has shown that she will be a top Irish woman in this WWE star kind of development. She has really good, and I mean really good babyface reactions already. She was the inaugural IC champion for the women's, which is great to have under your belt. She is just up there with everything that she's done. In-ring skill, promo skills, feuds with Bayley and Becky, which has helped Lyra, in my opinion. This is someone that I see WWE pushing a lot of their chips in the future. She could be higher on this list, but the people above, I just fully believe in a little bit more than Lyra Valkyria being a top star, because I feel like they're going to push her to the moon, or push the others to the moon in the future, while Lyra could still be a little maybe not pushed, but I still believe Lyra is going to be a top player for WWE. Up next is Julia. So I was debating on this one, pushing her higher because she already has the U.S. Women's title. But they haven't really done anything with the U.S. Women's title. I still believe Julia will be a good heel, a good babyface at times. She fits what they would really like. Maybe she falls off later on in life, but I don't think that's really going to happen. I think with what she can do in ring has really shown. I think they should give her like not a Gunther kind of run, but just a dominant women's U.S. title run for a long, long time, where she's just destroying people for a while. I think would help boost the U.S. title, and I think would help boost Julia as well if main offenders go for it. But Julia is somebody that I also want to mention as somebody that should easily be a part of the future for WWE. Jordynne Grace is on here. I think they're going to get somebody from TNA to really jump and go into WWE really fast, and at least from NXT. Jordynne Grace has proven to be super strong. There's kind of future feuds that look amazing for WWE coming in the near future. Jordynne Grace, a lot of people thought would go main roster when she debuted, didn't. So I do expect that probably in the near future she'll go main roster and she'll immediately enter some big feuds. I think the thing that I'm liking from WWE recently is that these women, like Julia, Roxanne, Stephanie, I feel like I'm missing one. Roxanne, Julia, Stephanie. No, I think that's it. Those three jumped to the main roster and immediately became big threats. Really good. Love to see it. And I think for Jordynne Grace, they should do the same. And that's why keeping her there is really good. But she will be a top star for WWE as well. I feel like the style she works with, the way she works with people, really love. So these are the last two that I debated on, and I couldn't debate on which two. I felt pretty good with my top 9. Didn't know my last two. I threw in Sol Ruka. Maybe this is a stretch, but I feel like the in-ring style that Sol Ruka has, the finisher she has, is going to get her over. Is going to get her over. The way she kind of presents herself with the speed title, having the speed title, having the North American women's title, I believe are going to be factors that are going to push her to the moon. I think we've already seen it with crowd reaction. So Chris, one of the top stars already in NXT. I think they're going to push her even more. She's had now main roster debuts as well. Sol Ruka for me is truthfully a future WWE star. It's just when are they going to unleash her? And right now they haven't because of Zarya, which I debate on this list. But Sol Ruka's up there. Then my wild card is Toni Storm. Does a Toni Storm reunion happen? I was thinking somebody that's really young for the women's side that isn't in WWE. I debated for a while, and I said Toni Storm here. I think AEW fits her better, truthfully. But at some point, does she think maybe I can go WWE? You can redo feuds with Blake Monroe. You can do feuds with, Phil Aussie and Rhea Ripley. Toni Storm, does it work? I don't know. I just want to see Toni Storm WWE having feuds with all these women. I think she would work well. It would unleash her to her full potential. So I am going to mention Toni Storm here, but that's a wild card for me. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know anything down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.